What's up, Sim Racers? Larry TJR Sim. So I'm playing round 1 of 7 of GT4. Actually, I just won the GT4. Now I'm doing the well, I won it with the GT Mustang, but now I'm on to the Lambos in their event. So Super Trofeo Championship. So anyway, suspension tuning comes up, and this car is pushing a little bit wide on me. And we'll go ahead and go out there and show you what it's doing. But I do often get asked questions about suspension and stuff, and I'm by all means no expert in it. But what I generally do is I bump my PSI down about 3 clicks before I even start. ECU tuning, I turn down about 30 liters before I even start out there, and then and go from there and see how that feels. I already have it saved. And just see what the car does. Now, being fast isn't always about suspension. A lot of times it's you learning the track and getting better at it. You know, there's no professionals are not fast one weekend. They've never seen a track, and they're all of a sudden, you know, setting records on the first weekend they've ever seen this track. You know, so a lot of sim racers, this is the first time. This is Portugal. It's not the first time I've seen this track in this game, but definitely don't have a lot of experience on it. Let's say like Mazda, you know, Lagoon's Raceway, where that one's in particularly every sim. Let's just go out. It's cold tires right now, so the second lap will kind of determine a little bit more what it's doing. I can already tell it's pushing in the front, a little bit skipping front end. It does good under braking, but it does push a lot of push a lot on the front. Back end traction is really good. But part of being fast is, of course, making the corners as straight as possible. You can turn the line like there. I went too wide. And use the whole track, but you can turn the line on and have it help you out as far as where the track's going and stuff. You got bumped me out a little wide, but utilize the whole track. Coming across, having to get off the throttle a little bit so I can get on it. Could have gone on it a little bit harder. And try different lines too, because you'll have opponents taking your preferred race line. And you gotta learn how to drive on a different race line to be fast. Woo! Alright, that's warming up the tire. You can see the left tires are actually warmer than the right. It's being a little bit lighter colored green. This is where the lap times start. A little too hot into that first corner. Definitely pushing. I can get on the throttle actually pretty quick, but mid-corner I definitely have to lift to get the thing to turn. So that tells me my mid-corner is, initial turn-in is okay, but it doesn't do anything very well mid-corner. So most likely it's your camber. You can also stiffen up your front end, but go to the race engineer, and they kind of actually help you out. But you kind of got to know what to look for as well. So this thing's all over the place. See, I was trying a different line there, go a little wide and then come across there as straight as possible. This other guy got in my way, but when you do that, you notice you open up your entry point to someone else to take it. But you know, experiment. Turn. You can just feel the tires roll. Have to lift off of this, get it to turn in. Lift it again. stack tires just smoking. Using up some tire too in that front. Alright, so 149, 197. Let's go to the pits to see what we can do. Alright, so tuning setup. Let's go to the race engineer. And generally it's, you know, turn-ins either downforce or suspension. Let's go ahead and go to suspension though first. What's the issue? Car's turning too much? No. Car doesn't turn into corners? Yeah. Doesn't tell me if it's going to be asking me about entry of the corner or midway or exit, so but at least get you in the general direction. So now it breaks it down into okay, that sounds like an understeering problem. Where in the corner is it not turning as much as you'd like? So it breaks it down for you a little bit, which is great. So it's not turning as much when turning in. No, I don't really have that problem. I have it throughout the corner, and I actually have it on corner exit as well, but we're going to address one at a time. We'll say throughout the corner. Alright, so it says, okay, so you feel as if you're getting understeer or push mid-turn. Let's stiffen the rear anti-roll bars, which actually stiffening the rear will make the front less push, basically. This should help stop the rear from rolling around as much, and will also generate a little more rotation in the turn. We can stiffen the rear anti-roll bars for you, which should stop the back from rolling around as much and generating a little more rotation for the car in the turn. So usually stiffening the rear up makes it oversteer more, and so we're not having a problem spinning out, but you know, you start stiffening up the rear more and more, you will have more of an oversteer issue. But since we have an understeer issue, stiffening the rear is going to help balance that out, put a little bit more toward the oversteer side so you can get it turned in mid-corner. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and I'm okay with that. And you saw it went from 65 to 75. So you just exit off of that. Just go look at your you know, setup here after that. Suspension. Boom, you see anti-roll bars for the rear at 75 millimeters, which is what it was. I'm going to save it. Save over existing slot. That way I save my stuff. Go back out and drive. Let's see. See if that helps any. Now if I'm having some initial turn in, I would adjust the camber. Again, cold tire, you can see they're all blue. Feels a little better. Feels a little bit more neutral now. Still not getting quite as much turn in as I want. I think I actually might increase the camber a little bit up front to get some initial turn in. It's going to make it a little bit more twitchy. Yeah, it's pushing on the exit too. So actually I could stiffen up the rear a little bit more on the anti-roll bar. That mid corner is actually pretty good. It held the line real well. And you'll know if you're doing better per lap. But sometimes you'll notice better lap time just because you've learned the track a little bit more. And you've simply improved your times just from practice, which is fine. But you will recognize by feel of what the car's doing, no matter what wheel you have. Some of the lower end wheels you're just not going to notice. You're just not going to. You're going to see it in lap times where you're not really going to feel it. So higher end wheels like the Fanatec Clubsport V2 line, 105, you're going to feel it more. All these little adjustments. All right, start the timer. Still not quite turning in, going up that hill as well as I'd like. But as you can tell, you would actually do this per track because this suspension for this track is going to be completely different. It's got a lot of uphill transitions, downhill, off camber. So this is actually kind of a difficult track to tune for, I think. It throws so much at your car. You may get it perfect, say on that uphill turn in, but then it's too loose on these other ones, you know. So you want to tune for what the majority of the track is doing. You'll have to just basically suffer through the rest. But that's how you learn your car, and as you get faster with the particular car that you're doing, you know, you'll get quicker lap times. And let's face it, professional drivers, they don't go drive 180 different cars. It's in project cars too. They don't have that to their disposal. They practice on the one car that they race with all the time. And that's their race car. And so they perfect that race car. So if there's a particular car you like, I would suggest perfecting it in that class and racing that one over and over. Alright, 149.619, not really any faster. Actually a tad slower, huh? I did feel a little bit better turn in, but yeah, not quite there. So let's go there again. Race engineer, suspension. Car doesn't turn into corners as much. Let's see, on corner exit. This is stiffen the rear anti-roll bars from 75 to 90, which we kind of already determined that's what we need to do, and raise the rear ride height from 82 to 87. So that's going to get it to pivot more on you. I want to do both. Alright, return back, and let's save that. Save over existing. Boom. Drive. We're wrecking the pits here. Slow down. I hate these little messages it gives you sometimes. It makes no sense of where you're at. Alright. This is going to be, as you can tell, a little bit longer video, but it's just because of the nature of the video. Actually, it's turned in a little bit better there. Turn-in's good, I just don't got a lot of front-end grip. Of course, the tires are cold, so we'll wait till the second lap when we get a little bit, get some heat in the tires. Feeling good though, it's actually turning in a little better. And that's my mistake right there, but yeah, I can feel that back end try to pivot around a little bit easier. Slide. Just don't quite have the grip on the front tires that I want. But luckily, this game kind of tells you. You can feel them slide, and now they're gripping good, but they're sliding at the top of the hill, which, you know, some of that you can't get out of because you're pulling the load off the front end of the you're just pulling the weight off the front end going up that hill and then coming back down it. Oh shit, turn. Went in hot there, boy. What was pretty neat is you can feel the load on the tires though. Trying to turn, but you can't turn because you can only do 100% of one thing at a time. wide there. Just totally screwed that one up. This car's a little tricky. Being fast too is, you know, besides learning your vehicle, is carrying as much speed as you can through the corner. And remember, the fastest way through a corner is a straight line. So like this one, go out wide, turn around. That way you can get on the throttle real early. And same thing here, making this corner straight as possible, which requires you looking ahead. Don't look down in front of you, look ahead. Which is kind of hard in some of these corners because they're hidden with the hills. That front end is bouncing. Grip, baby, grip. Actually, grip's a little bit better through there than it did. I think my time will improve. I think I messed up. Yeah, definitely did not improve. Let's see if we can get this improved on this lap here. Try to drive better. Slow in, fast out. Tricky track, I'll tell you that. Missed that apex. You can tell how when you miss one apex, it really screws you up for the next one too. So, you know, learning your lines, learning to make the curve a curve ahead is really key. That is just pushing. You gotta recognize, you know, where the car is going wrong, and of course recognize what you're doing wrong. I got turned too much right there before they even got to the turn. So braking a little bit on top of that hill gave me a lot faster drive down this hill. Going mid-corner through the hill instead of out to the edge of the track. So that saved us time. 150. Alright, let's try adjusting the turn-in just a little bit. Tuning, race engineer. Let's try downforce. I'm slowing, nope. I keep spinning up, no. Car doesn't turn into corners. Try that. Reduce rear downforce from 8 to 7. So that's basically putting less pressure on the rear end of the car and less downforce on the rear. So allowing the back end to slide around for you, which initially you're turning with oversteer. So let's do that. Go back. And I will save. Boom. If you were to look, rear downforce is now 7. So it does do it for you automatically, which is actually pretty damn cool. So this is kind of how you use the race engineer. You got to know a little bit about things, but it does a pretty good job explaining some of them to you. So I do like that. Just heating these tires. Alright, I'm gonna make this my last 2 lap go around, and I think it pretty much explains what you should be looking for in tuning your sim, despite my bad driving. Like I said, I'm not a professional. Hot, hot, hot. But the fastest way, or to be the fastest on a track, really is learning the track, despite the suspension setup you have. Yeah, back end's able to pivot around a little bit more for me, so it's good. Now I'm thinking if I could put a little bit of downforce in the front end. I don't know if that's an option. I think it's just rear downforce on this one. Then that would help. Off, get back in the throttle hard. Get a good run for this counted lap, see what we can get. Definitely feels a little bit more in control now. Not chasing the car around as much. So I am learning the track a little bit more too, so that is helping. So I do not drive on this track that much. Either want to be on the gas or on the brake. Don't really want to be coasting. Just believe it or not, braking helps you turn in. Back tire smoking. Back for some more. Where'd he go? Oh, he went to pits. Alright, so there we go, 147. So definitely potential could have been 147.449. Probably if I had not looked off. But anyway, you get it. I think you get it. I think this helps explain kind of how to go about setting up your suspension and stuff with the race engineer. You know, obviously you can go out and try things on your own, but yeah, hopefully that's helpful to some of y'all. And hit me up in the comments, and maybe you know some tricks and information that we all can share and learn from. So my car's rolling backwards here. Until next time, we'll see you on the track. I'm out.